What up, world? You done found the Super Facts Show on the Super Facts Network. Follow us on Instagram at the Super Facts Show. On Facebook, subscribe to the Super Facts Network. If you want to watch the episodes, it's available on YouTube and Facebook. And then if you want to hear it, it's wherever you get your podcast, Stitcher, Deezer, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Rate, review, like, subscribe, follow all that good stuff people be asking you for. We won't be asking you for no money. And also make sure you subscribe to St. Laz, New York City's greatest storyteller and occasional co-host of the show. All right, y'all go ahead and enjoy the episode after you do all that. What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Making a fresh return. Losk Masta off the success of his new single, Inspired. How you doing, brother?
What up, though, man? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Chilling, chilling. I'm fucking with that hoodie.
Oh, much love. Much love. I'll let you see that boy real quick, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Got the music notes and the flames up the sleeve.
Yeah. You know? Man, you could match that with like a million pairs of shoes. That's what's up.
Yeah, for real, though. It's crazy as it is. It's actually been kind of hard for me to find some shoes that I actually like to go with it.
Man, you might have to like look at like some old Sauconys or some shit. Some of them shits had them wild color combinations, but I don't know. Yeah. Good luck. Look up LA gear on East Bay or some shit. I don't know. But shit, you know, since I talked to you, I done seen Inspire getting like mad coverage and mad placements. So like, how's that feeling? Did you anticipate such a reaction?
Yeah, I actually got pretty much the reaction that I was expecting to get, but I'm hoping to, you know, get more. You know, I wanted to really pick up. So far so good.
You know, when we talk, you know, you kind of struck me as a bit of a deep thinker. So I'm curious, you know, definitely observant. Anyone who listens to your music could tell that. How would you say that Detroit's changed over your lifetime?
Detroit it's actually changed a lot over the past, I'll say like 5 years or so. It's changed a lot. Like downtown has came up. You know, downtown was real dark and gloomy for a minute. But now we brought the Pistons back to Detroit. And then, you know, what's his name? Mike Ilitch did a lot for the city. So over the past few years, we really done came up a lot. But, you know, according to the older people from Detroit, it's starting to get back to the way it used to be, apparently. So, you know, it was during like when Motown was here, it was really popping. So
yeah.
They saying that it's starting to get more back to that feel. So
yeah, bro. I forgot what I was watching, but they was talking about it was showing like some little like I don't know, like the movies they used to show at school in the 80s or 90s, but it was talking about Detroit, right? And yeah. I remember it struck me. It said in 1968, a man, they didn't have to be a man, but they said a man, but there was definitely women in there. But it's like a man with no high school degree can get a job here, and in 10 years afford to buy a house, a vacation house, and own a boat if he chooses. And I was just like, damn. Imagine if life was like that now, you know what I mean?
For real though.
So like, you know, as a new artist, and I can tell somewhat a student of the game, you know, Southern artists identify as Southern artists. They feel an affinity towards it. Philly, New York, Atlanta, definitely. Do you ever consider yourself like a Midwest artist, or feel like an affinity towards being from the Midwest or Detroit in particular, or do you just consider yourself more of a general artist?
I can see why they would be offended by being labeled like that, but yeah, I would say I'm more of a just a all around artist in general, more of a all around hip hop artist. I wouldn't say I was a West Coast artist, and I'm definitely not a Detroit rapper because my sound is a lot different from my city. So yeah, I wouldn't get offended, you know, but I can see why they do get offended by that, you know.
Gotcha.
Like being boxed in, really having that label on you just because you're from somewhere wouldn't necessarily mean like that. That's what your music is, or that's what your music is all about.
Where they do sometimes use like where an artist is from is almost like a pre-identifying box to put them in. I agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
But then if you go along with those assumptions, you'll invariably end up being wrong. So fuck that dumb shit.
Right.
I'm sure you seen 8 Mile, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Probably his boy Future. And it's
Yeah.
funny because he had dreads, and then Future ended up coming out. I always wondered if he got influenced by him, but you know, because that was before Future time. But yeah, probably Future, the guy that was setting up the battles.
You know Future used to be down with the Dungeon Family, but they called him Meathead.
No,
That was his artist name, Meathead.
Meathead.
Square Biz.
What?
Yep.
Meathead. I wonder
Yep.
why he had that. Why he had that name?
I don't know. Maybe he ain't seen 8 Mile yet, so he ain't grown the dreads. He
Yeah.
might be like James Harden. He might look like Mad Wild different and shit. You know what I mean?
Right, for real though. That's funny.
You know, I was gonna ask you about Cabe Cunningham, but you said you don't really follow the new shit. I'm curious. You said you know about the old athletes. So who would you consider the best all time Detroit athlete? I mean, me personally, as a boxer fan, I'm going with Hitman Hearns.
Oh yeah, we got Joe Louis though, you know. So probably more than likely Joe Louis.
I mean, as far as impact wise, that definitely. Which you know, I mean, if you're talking about greatest, you got to factor that in. But I'd have to say that no disrespect to Joe Louis at all. Shout out to Brown Bomber, but I I say Thomas Hearns had at a little bit higher level of competition.
Oh word.
I mean, he was fighting like Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. Motherfucking Joe Louis was fighting Nazis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, real. That's real.
Hey, so
That's,
what you been watching lately? You know, everybody mad people talking about Squid Game. People fuck with the Suicide Squad, Sopranos movie. I mean, it's so much shit to watch. I'm curious, what you be looking at? Like,
yeah, I watched that whole Squid Game. I finished that, boy. It
what you
was
think of that?
it was real interesting. It's you can interpret it in so many ways as to where
Yeah,
they was going message wise. And you know, it's a lot of controversy as far as the language, the language barrier, because a lot of people say that the English edited version take out a lot of what they was really saying in Korean.
right. Like you know the funny chick when when you read it, it would say, "I know everything except everything that I don't."
Yeah,
But what she was really saying was something that conveyed the fact that she was really smart, but because of replacing the social system, she wasn't allowed to go to school.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean right there. They was taking out a lot of the real content. But
You,
it was a solid series, though. It was solid, you know.
hell yeah,
You put yourself in that position too. That would be crazy.
I probably wouldn't have went back, but man, you know what I took from it is like I hope people. I mean, I don't know if this is the ultimate message, but I know it should stand out to motherfuckers is how desperate poor people are.
Yeah, real talk.
You
The
know,
risk you would take for that money is like
and, you know, people
is
be on
with
social media talking about morals and all that shit. I mean, there ain't nothing more altruistic than unknowingly feed a hungry person.
yeah, for real.
And shit,
Yeah, I'm a big
those are things that
person.
needs those are things that need my bad, bro. But those are things that need to change. You know, the fact that there's so many people that would be willing to do things like that.
Yeah, real talk.
And then,
Yeah,
bro, tell me that wasn't like the ill. I mean, not like like if you want to talk about some gangster shit. I ain't never heard of no loan sharks. If you don't pay that shit back, they start taking your eye and your kidney for the organ transplant market. Like,
Yeah,
man, they go extra hard over that motherfucker.
yeah, that part was wicked. And he said it so nonchalant. He was like, "I'll take your kidney, and then I'll come back and take one of your eyes." How you feel about that?
It's
Like,
like
that's cool. That's fair.
it's like no ink pad. Boom, ink pad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It been that's just motherfucking insane. But then the other question is, if we so into helping people, by we I mean the U.S. government and shit, since they always seem to be going over other countries, why they ain't helping that shit?
Yeah, for real though. Cause
Ain't,
it's all fake, man. It's all they pulled a veil over us, dude. You know, they try to make it seem like we really out here to help people. We really not.
Yeah, it's always another reason. No bullshit. Hey,
Greed.
so in your life, what would you say is the movie you watch the most?
Man, there was so many of them. Friday for sure. I grew up watching Friday a lot.
Me too.
Bruce Almighty for sure. I watched that a lot. I watched The Mask a lot, but I haven't watched it in a while. I was thinking about going back and watching it because it's been a few years. But I'm a big.
That's ironic. I showed that to my son when he turned like 8, and he loved that shit.
Yeah, I Am Legend. I'm a big Will Smith and Jim Carrey fan, and Johnny Depp fan too.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Did you know I Am Legend comes from a book by Richard Matheson? It was written in the mid-'60s. It's not that long. It's like 170 pages. It ends a little differently, and it's a little bit of a societal allegory. But I don't know if you're into reading, check that out. It's definitely
yeah. I'm definitely in the reading.
Yeah, it's a good read. It's definitely worth checking out.
You said it's called.
It's just called I Am Legend, and the author's name is Richard Matheson.
Oh, okay. Bet.
I guarantee that's just on Amazon for like 1 cent plus shipping.
Definitely. All right, bet.
Hey,
yeah, I'm looking at that.
Oh, not yet. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. I mean, it still got like a little bit of old language and shit, but like I said, ain't no thee or thou, and the shit's short. But you seen Out of Sight, the movie with George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez, Don Cheadle, they be in Jennifer Lopez. Okay, and you seen Four Brothers?
Yep.
Well, which one of those would you say is a better representation of the actual Detroit?
Which character?
Nah, the movie themselves.
Oh, what out of the Four Brothers, or just a Detroit movie in general?
Out of Four Brothers or Out of Sight? Because like when I thought of Detroit movies, those are the first two to come to mind, other than 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, Four Brothers did a pretty decent job. They did a pretty decent job on it. Yeah.
And my man with the white fur coat, if nothing else, I'll never forget that shit on the ice at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a mean motherfucking coat.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah, most definitely.
So we talking about how Detroit changed, and then you was talking about the last 5 years. And again, as somebody who's I can tell is a deep thinker. I'm curious, how effective do you think Black Lives Matter has been as a movement? Like, do you personally feel safer?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's a real good question, because I feel like that movement did nothing but give everybody else really an excuse to then you got the Blue Lives Matter, then the All Lives Matter, then you got the the Pride movement. Nah, everybody feel like they got to stand up for themselves. So I feel like it helped, but it kind of backfired in a subtle way that not many people really notice unless you pay attention. But I feel like that's what really sparked the whole things starting to get canceled now, because people's getting offended by like the smallest thing. So I think it kind of just made society soft as a whole.
Man, you know what I kind of thought. I've been peeping recently though. Because like a lot of these companies, they got like I noticed this with Amazon. I'm not saying Amazon's an evil company, but I guess apparently from the way they treat their employees, they're not necessarily God fearing, let's say. But
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of companies slap Black Lives Matter on commercials and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look into what they actually do, they're benefiting off taking advantage of people of color in other countries. Like cheap labor, things of that nature, lithium mining, which basically, there's Africans that are basically slaves doing that, which is, makes our phones work. So like, in a way, it's almost like, I feel like corporations co-opted that shit so they can slap it on commercial, act like they doing what they supposed to do, and then keep doing their dirty shit in the dark.
Yeah, that's for real.
And I'm sure whoever started the movement, that wasn't their intention. I'm not trying to imply that at all. But like,
Right.
it's amazing like how easy it is to corrupt something that's for the good to, further your evil aims. Like the best place to hide is in plain sight. Just look like you're doing the thing for the people while you're really doing the thing for yourself.
Exactly, dog. I agree with that big time. Big time. It's kind of like what they did with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I ain't religious, but I'm spiritual, but I feel like that's what they did with the Bible, is they took something that was real and just changed a little bit just to corrupt people in small ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to bring people together, but then, I mean, I know Book of Eli ain't no factual thing, but look how they knew instinctively that the best weapon in the world, if they wanted to gain control, is if they can get their hands on the only Bible and start preaching.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the message of that movie for sure. That's exactly where they was going with that.
I mean, you kind of like the flip side of that. Like, let's end this on a positive note, though, brother. You kind of like that. That proves that the pen is mightier than the sword in almost all ways, except for if you're in a sword fight. But you like the flip side of that coin, because just like people can obfuscate knowledge and perpetuate bad deeds, by what they write. People can bring abundance and harmony into the universe as well. Which
right.
which what we can tie it right back and finish up with. Make sure everybody go check out Inspired, because that's the type of music that accomplishes those goals.
Yeah, everybody check out Inspired, most definitely. Yeah, right, man.
And last thing, after Inspired, what's coming next?
Oh, if I do end up dropping another single, me and my manager ain't really agree on it yet, but it'll more than likely be this song I got called No Apology. I mean, not No Apologies, that's Eminem, but it's called My Apologies. Yeah, My Apologies. It's a dope record. DJ Paul produced it. DJ Paul produced for Fat Joe, Nas. So I got a record on my hands with that one.
What you talking? DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia?
No, I mean Baby Paul.
Baby Paul. Oh, from the Beat Miners, legendary Beat Miners. Black Moon, Buckshot Shorty, Smith and Wesson. Yeah,
I'm sure that'll be what's up though. I'm pretty sure he
in
the game for sure.
Bro, he was in one of the most legendary producer crews. Like you could even say that like Bad Boys, Hitman, and Beats by the Pound at No Limit modeled themselves after them. The Beat Miners, it's with a D. And y'all anybody watching this, go make sure y'all check out my Baby Paul from the Beat Miners episode.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm not sure, but it sounded about right because he's doing a lot.
His music paved the way. Like if it wasn't for Black Moon and what they were doing, there probably wouldn't have been like a Nas and a Wu-Tang. Like they kind of changed it from Tribe and De La Soul in the what it would become, and they were the bridge. Yeah, nah, he a legend for sure. But shit, brother, thank you for your time. I damn sure can't wait to hear that song, and I just look forward to hearing more what you got coming out.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you, man. You stay up too, man.
All right, man. You take it light and stay solid.
Oh yeah.
Peace.